Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. Today I am working on some more Christmas cards and I thought y'all might want to join me. And first off though, I wanted to show you guys, this isn't all that I'm working with, but a lot of the paper in the beginning, because the cards I have to do is not going to be all this, but comes from Blue Land. I think the other day when I was talking about, I knew it was Stamperia, but I didn't know the name. Blue Land. And as you see, we have some darling artwork of cottages covered in snow. And I need to let you all know that as I look out the window behind me, there is snow everywhere. It is not supposed to stay for a long period of time, but yeah, it's everywhere. I didn't order it, but somebody did. But anyway, so I picked up a bunch of papers. Let me put those behind me. So what is left in here are these are these images, and then I will show you what I cut out. I think paper like this, wouldn't this be perfect on like a canvas board or background of, or a canvas, a stretch canvas too, of a mixed media piece? Wouldn't that be just yum? I think that's gorgeous. So the things in here to cut out, I die cut some of them and work with. One of them we're going to work with, but let me do it just, I don't do anything real quick, but let me do it as quick as possible. You have the envelopes, which wouldn't that be perfect in a junk journal? It's an envelope as well. You have the tags with the wagon wheel, the trees, the flowers, the birdies. Katamia is probably saying, oh, how sweet are they? And if Handsome was here, he would say, how tweet are they? You know how he is. He's a card, I tell you. And then they also have these, and I'm doing this real quick to show you in case you are interested in this paper pad, if you would like to purchase it. If not for Christmas, then for maybe your just a winter wonderland, you know, January before Valentine, all the Valentine stuff, because not only do they have great stuff for journals, but check this out, for a teeny tiny mini little book. Isn't that darling little mini journal that you can do? They did it in this one, and this one. I love a hanging lantern. And then they have with love, greetings, which I will probably handwrite seasons over the top of it for you. Great for a tag for one of your Christmas gifts. This one I cut out by hand, fussy cut, because the wagon wheel, because of all of this happening at the bottom of it. But then I got out a Sizzix die, and see the stitching that looks like straight stitch and zigzag around it. And so they also have that one. Oh, I've inked the edges, by the way. That one, this is my favorite image, by the way. The cottage is just yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That's my second favorite. It's so cute. And I love it. This one's looking at this one like, what are you talking about? There's seed down there. It's under the snow. This one with the little birdie on the flowers with the pine cones. And this one. And I won't show you what I've done already because I'll be doing, you know, like I usually do. I'll just thumb through quite a few of them. And these can also be entered in, the ones I'm working on, Stamp Play, because that is an open collab hosted by Susan from Susan's Heartstrings, because as you know, a lot of us get out our stamps and sentiment stamps and stuff, word stamps. So for the cards, and now that's something I've done for a number of years, but not always. And that's what I've done with a lot of them, as the one I'm going to be working with you guys. I already stamped Oh Holy Night, and Oh Holy Night comes from, I have to look and see. I've got quite a few pulled. Okay, it's an Artsy, and it has like Let It Snow, Merry Christmas, Ho Ho Ho, Deck the Halls, Holly Jolly, Be Merry, Season's Greetings, Peace and Love, Oh Holy Night, Joy to the World, Santa's Sleigh, 2, and Little Heart, Cheers and Happy Holidays. And if you're interested, that is the SKU number. And it just says Lot 6182A. I don't see a name for this particular one. Huh. I don't see it. Oh well. So that's this one. Oh, sorry. And also that it also has the postcards in that paper pad as well. Like I said, everything's cut, fussy cut, everything, you know. This is my favorite. Look at this. That looks like it comes straight from a vintage postcard with those roses like that. I think Stamperia and Prima are my favorite papers ever, you know. Especially Frank Garcia, just yum. And then this was another one. I just finished, I think it's 4 or 5, in what I call one series. It's just a matter of with certain things that I cut out of the paper. And then this next series has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is bothering me, y'all, because as you see, this is not even with this. This is off by a fraction of an inch, just a fraction. So I'm going to cut that down later and redo that. You'll see when it comes to this, like the design is where they put a piece of paper and then they put it down with clear washi or clear tape that has aged, and that's why it looks like that, but you can still see through it, quote unquote. And you'll see later, I cover some of that up. Like with this one, I'll probably cover this up. It just depends. Or I might stamp something here, like I did this one. And did I show all of these? All the postcards? As you know, with Stamperia, you get a lot of the same images, but when it's going to different people, not only for us here and Europe, and maybe a couple of other places around the world, you know, it doesn't matter that there's repeat images, you know, art. Well, it's art. It's beautiful. Look at this one, y'all. And then the wood on the background that looks like it's whitewashed, but it's stencil, and the stencil's coming off in spots. That's so cool. Brussels stamp. Isn't that cool? Oh. Okay. So that's, if you're interested, that's just some of the stuff, because like I showed you, there's other papers for background. If you're a scrapbooker, some beautiful pages to make with a scrapbook and stuff. So anyway, just in case you all wanted that. I'm staying rather simple this year on a lot of it. No, normally I'm not. I do different folds and die cutting in the center and then putting something lace over it, noodle it, you know, all this stuff. And I do have the lace sitting on the side. Haven't used it yet. This is a white lace with the metallic silver in it. So I do have that sitting over there, but I haven't used it yet. And in this series of 5, it's basically this kind of cutout. I'll show you another one. Like so. That's my bunny is going to go on the porch. He will have snow covered on his ears and his little head and his tail. on tops of his feetsies and right on his nose. And I'm saying that, yes, the bench is on the porch, and it's a wide porch. That's why he looks so large, because he's way in the foreground. Dad's in the background. And I went ahead and put my washi tape over there, what looked like washi tape, because I wanted to bring out some of the gold. It's this one. And that periwinkle blue, actually. That's one thing you'll notice. There's all shades of blue. We've got dark blue, turquoise blue, gray blue, slate blue, periwinkle blue. We've got blues and whites, I can tell you that. And so doing stuff like this, and you know, the bench won't have snow on it because it's on the porch. But my bunny is taking refuge on the porch, and that's why he has got snow all over his cute little fur, because he's up there to protect himself from any more snow before he runs and gets in the rabbit hole and is safe. Okay, that's my story. And you know I'm sticking to it. Okay, so I've already fussy cut this out. I've already gone around it with my vintage photo distress ink. I have already stamped Oh Holy Night, because you know I'm a slow crafter and this takes me forever and a day. What I'm doing with these 5, this is my card base, is I'm going around them in Salty Ocean Distress Oxide. Oh, and did I already mention this? I've already gone with this washi over there, pretend washi. I probably just mentioned it. I'm supposed to be asleep. But I want to do this first. Do you all do this when it comes to Christmas cards? Because you know you have to do so many that you just keep going, and you've got that drive. See what I'm doing here? I'm not doing my dauber like this, where you would really see quite a bit of the ink. I'm mainly doing my edge, and as you'll see, if you come down just a little bit, you'll get just a little bit of that. My poor dauber, as you see, is that foam is falling apart because it has massive paper cuts from doing this over and over and over again. It really is. It's literally falling apart. You can see little tiny pieces of foam here and there. So how are you all doing today? Is it a good day? Did you have a wonderful and safe Halloween? Because the news told us that a bunch of horrible stuff was happening a couple of days before Halloween. Mercy sakes. So, and see, you're just going to get, I do the edge too. Now, there is, the cardstock is cracking there. I know that someone, I don't know, I was watching someone once. Please let me know what you do. I was watching someone once that said, in order to avoid cracking, you need to score it this way, then flip it over and score it the other way. But depending on the thickness of the cardstock, I think it weakens, you know, I'm concerned about it could tear there easier, so I don't do that. But if you let me know, like this one, this is nice and thick. I don't know the pounds, but this is thick. So what I've been doing, instead of doing another, you know, pattern piece here and another and another, I'm keeping it quite simple. And I did go ahead and do these strips. This is from another, you know, another page in the Stamperia, just in case. But see what happens? even if you do this on the side, you're not getting that much of it. Maybe that would be cuter to do the white like that, so you'd see the blue. I don't know, that didn't look hideous, does it? That wasn't what I had planned to do. But it doesn't look bad, does it? But you cover up quite a bit of it, but still. Now, is that cuter? Now, see, this is why I take forever. This is why I do a lot of things ahead of time. Because you will never, and I can say the word never, because they say never say never. I can say it because I know me. You will never see me go, zoom, 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 zoom. Okay, I'm done. No, that will never happen with me because that's not who I am. That's not how I create something. So what if we put that over like so? That's not too hideous, is it? Or is it too much of the same? Do you know what I mean? Let's do that because I've got quite a few of these. Let's look for a different. That one's so wide. Let's see if we could still find a blue one. What about that one? Ooh, that's so pretty. Look how pretty that is. But that is supposed to go. See, the roses are going down that way. Here, maybe? Like so. And then we go like so. Still, I'm like, I don't know if I'm feeling it. I don't think so. Now, one other thing I have, because you know I'm going to grab from any paper I have. This is going to have, by the way, my little chipmunk right here, and he's way in the foreground. All that's in the background. But the Dove of Peace. Or should I just stay with what I have? See, that's not, you're not going to be able to see it that much. Unless I come like this. Let's cut that just to see. I mean, you never know. I have my Misty stamping platform right beside me because I have to keep pulling it out to use. Let's just see. You know what I mean? Did I want 2 or 3? Hold on. Let's do 2. And see where that gets us. Or should we do 3 and see where that gets us? I can't add on, but I can take off, can't I? Okay, do we like that? Do we? Do we? That means we've got, well, that's awful busy though, isn't it? Because I'm going to end up putting flowers, my blue poinsettias are going here. That's one reason I've been keeping them. You know, I've been building on to this to the point where that's why I'm not adding a whole lot more. What about just a, let's see something. What about just a, oh, this is just a little sliver left, but what about that? That's got snowflakes on it, and that's cuter. Okay, let's do, and just a small one. How? It's 1.5 inches. Okay, let's do, if I can find it again in its entirety. Okay, let's do 1.5 inches of that. And I like it that these little snowflakes are quite visible but cut. Okay. Okay. I think that That's going to be a lot prettier. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay. So we can tell this goodbye. Look how old this is getting, guys. When the white goes to that, like, cream color. When it's plastic. Yeah. I just really like it. It's my favorite cutter, and I have others. But that's my #1 go-to. But, yeah, isn't that cute? Now, should I leave that alone, or should I put the same down here? Just in the salty ocean. Just go down it, not go over it, but just down it. Yeah, I think so. So let's do that. This is going to be a long video, guys. And I know some of you all are fine with that because you all are crafting away while I'm crafting. But I know some of you are like, ugh, I am just here to get a few hints and go. Ooh, I want that big one to show. That is a beautiful snowflake, like this. And yes, I have to map everything out before. That's who I am. Okay. And I'm going to put this little baby right about here. Yeah, I'm liking that better, to give us just a little, to have the snowflakes here falling down. You see the little dots are the snowflakes there. And then this beautiful piece here. So, okay. All right. Liking it a whole lot better. Okay. And like I said, this is going to be a long one because it just is. And I'm going over just a little bit here. Okay. Just a little bit. And what is in this one? This is Barely Art Glue. I am not going to cut this. I'm going to cut it down a little. Oh, I don't really have to. Yeah, I do. No, don't. Isn't she good? Boy, she knows exactly what she wants. And everything. That is just fantastic. Can I blame it on being tired? That it's not really me? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So let's just do like so. Let me make sure I have that where I want that. Okay. And I still do this. It's just, I like the idea of distributing that glue a certain way. And since I've got glues up there, I'm going to take these scissors, which are Fiskars and are really good about this glue, getting it off of them. And then we're going to go here. All right, Rooney. And see, they're really good about, see? And not all are. I've had scissors before where it was a struggle. Then we've, like I said, we've already got this cut. We've got the washi on it. We have the stamped. And let me make sure it's going where I want it to go, where it will not be perfect, but it won't be icky. Yeah, I like the, just a little touch of that salty ocean on there. And see the background, all of the, you get with Stamperia, if you're not familiar with it, it is 12 by 12. You will get 10 sheets of paper that that are double-sided. And if I'm not mistaken, I have used the back and the front before as well. I want this to be just so. Oopsie. Don't turn that way, girl. There. Okay. Alrighty. Now, see, we're staying simple. And then I already stamped and fussy cut my little chipmunk out. We've got so many chipmunks out back. I bet they're not happy with that snow. Handsome named the original Chipper. I might have told you all this story before. Chipper was our first one that we had. And he decided, because I was working on the house, the exterior of the house, excuse me, for months, and stripping wood and everything else like that, and sanding and priming and painting, blah, 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 blah. That's how fascinating that is. And so I left the back door to the garage open. I need his tail down over the frame, yeah, like that. And I went in there because I had to wash my brush out or something. I had to do something. So I went in there, and there he was. He had gone into the garage, and he hadn't gotten to the seed yet. We feed the birds and the squirrels and the chipmunks and the bunnies, and you know, and he hadn't gotten to it yet. And he turned around and looked at me like, "Hey, baby." And he must have had something in his eye, for real, because, you know, it's an animal. And he winked. Well, I burst out laughing, which scared him, because, you know, I have a loud laugh. And he took off outside. And I just laughed and laughed. I thought that was the cutest thing. So when Handsome came home, I said, you know, I had a handsome man visit me today. And he was like, uh-oh. He said, what were they selling? Ba-dum-boom. And I was like, you know, and then he said, what? Because he saw the look on my face. I must have been joy, because I love our chipmunks. They're very fascinating and entertaining. And I said, Chipper was in the garage. He said, in the garage? I said, I know. And he winked at me. He was like, he winked at you? And I was like, yeah, he loves me. He's like, yeah, he loves that seed in the corner. But I love that little story. I can still see him doing it. It was hilarious. And like I said, I just burst out laughing. I thought that was the cutest thing. So what I've been doing is having glue into my fingernails. But what else I've been doing is adding glitter to my trees, my little snow to my trees, and like I said, on top of my critters. I think it would be cuter if my animals were on foam, where they were dimensional. But I think I've told you all, I know what can happen to my cards when they are sent through the mail. Because even if you put non-machinable and you add an extra stamp, it doesn't mean they're not going to go through those machines. So I'm like, I'm going to keep them as flat as possible. So that's why, but normally I would think they were cuter, you know, being even closer to you. So to me, this is Stickles Stardust. And I do a little bit at the top of the tree. And here, I hope that this light is letting you all see. I'm sure you have probably done this for years. And you know, instead of straight across, you can go down and up. But just like, you know, if I need inspiration, I can look out that window again and see how the snow is on the trees. That was a little too much, and I'll show you how I take that off. Sometimes when it's a background tree like this, I go ahead and kind of dot it on, but as you see that I just got way too much. I have a baby wipe over here that I'm using, and let's take that off. A little too much. This is another reason why this is my favorite tool in the craft room. I think I told you all, I've got a new one. It's sitting in the drawer right beside me. But I'm going to use that one until it's broken, probably. I just love it so much. A little bit on the top of this one. I don't do it on every single branch, but on quite a few of them. We've got one more down here. Okay, so we've got our trees done. Then when it comes to my little critters, they get it, especially on the top of their head. They get on their nose. He will get it on the top of his arm. And definitely on the top of his tail. I had thought about getting out my white paint and doing his white stripe on there. But I think he just looks so precious like he is. I'm going to leave him alone. Plus, I knew I had to do some of the glitter down here. And then that's how he will look. And then what I sometimes do, most times do, let me make sure I do this too. If I have a line of the stickles on a fur, I go ahead and I scrape, go through it like that. Showing that it's fur that it's on. You know what I mean? Instead of in a line, it's broken. Okay. So we have that. And then what I do for the other snowflakes is I take the Studio G, which I think used to be Michael's. I don't know if I have to shake them. I do them anyway. And this has a little, a larger tip than the, little bit larger, I think, than my Stickles. And that's when I do, oh, hold on. I can't do that yet. Hold on. Yikes, kabibble. I'd forgotten I want to put these on. So what I did, I had this little die, tiny little die. What is this supposed to be? I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I thought it looked like a poinsettia. So I've got one for here, and then I want to put this on the top. You know how you get your stylus out and I think we've done this together before, but if you're new to my channel, you probably say, what is she talking about? And you've probably done this many times. This is, I'm not going to turn it over because it's very shiny, but this is a mouse pad, an old one from Target. And it's a matter of taking your stylus out and you've got this nice flat piece, but then as you'll see, it'll curl up on you. And then you can go out to each tip, which it'll curl up even more. And if you would like, you can do it several more times on the side here. Okay. Now, mine's going to go out a little bit because I know, like I said, going through the mail, it'll probably flatten. So that's what I did with these. And I want to see what the placement's going to be like, guys. That's what I'm doing here, in case you're wondering what is going up to. Oh, can you still see? Oops. Let's tell this goodbye. It stays behind me. And so there, and left the bottom one flat, and then wanted to do, wonder if that would be cute, like that. Like so. What do you think? Yeah, okay, let's do that. Before I do the background snow. I forgot all about it. Oops. Go down here, 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 and here. Did you all have a nice, safe Halloween? I hope. I'm putting that one up there. I kind of like it, that it's over the washi. I only heard the children once because nobody was putting their lights on or anything because we were having a snowstorm. And I think most of us didn't want to encourage the children to come out in that weather, especially when they're in those outfits which aren't very thick, and you know, they don't always have their winter coats on. And it's like, guys, it's snowing really hard. You know, I understand. I mean, when I was little, I went trick-or-treating, but we never had snow for Halloween, ever. So it was a little bit different for us. You know? Oopsie. Boy, did that move. Whoa. Quite a bit of ink under there. So then this will go, as you know, the petals will go the opposite way. But I'm hoping, especially all those down south, I'm hoping you all and your little ones had a very, very fun and safe Halloween. There we go, like so. There. And sometimes I go ahead and do this too, well, since that's my only source of glue right very hesitant, wasn't it? Only source of 1, 2, 3 glue. Again, I am supposed to be in bed. I thought those poor kids, because I remember what it was like to go trick-or-treating. And we mainly, our mom wanted us to stay in our neighborhood. And my brother, he would branch out. Doesn't like candy either. He just thought it was fun, you know. And he would branch out and go to several blocks away apartments. And he said, oh my, he'd come home with a huge amount of candy. And this is when he was a young teen, you know, early teens. But Mom was like, you shouldn't. You need to stay here. And that was a long time ago, especially, which was super different from what it is now, you know. But a lot of parents go way outside of their neighborhoods. We've had children here that I've never seen before, ever. And then I was told that sometimes, I wasn't told, I overheard a lady speaking in the store. She said that they, I don't know where they were from, but not too far away, they brought a bus of children in. A whole busload. I was like, oh my mercy. Oh, I would be so concerned about running out of candy. I'd be like, no. These, I think, would be cuter with little flatback pearls in the center of them. But like I said, they'll probably end up being smushed. And so what I'm just going to do is I've got these 3 stickles. One doesn't have a name at all. One has sea glass. And what about this one? This is Blue Bayou. So I'm going to just put a little dot in the center of them. Well, not too little. Does that want to come out at all? Interesting. I guess I used this more than I thought. And maybe we'll put a big dot there. Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't feel too full either. What was I working on? Boy, that looks a lot darker, doesn't it, than what's in the bottle? Let's see what the Blue Bayou looks like. Speaking of the South. Come here, you. Looks like a weird ant. Like so. They look very close, don't they? But I don't think they look close when you do that, you know? I'm going to mess with this one a little bit, y'all, because it got a little bit weird. Yeah, that's better. Well, let me see something. I have to get things super close to me sometimes. Okay. All right, and then the last thing, and then I'm out of here. Wait a minute, I've already grabbed this one. I've got 2 of these. I've had them for years. I don't even know if they still, do they still have this? The Studio G? It's Hampton Art, and they used to carry it at Michael's. I don't know if they still have it or not. And I just kind of go, since we're dealing with snow and stuff, I just kind of go boop, boop, boop. Just keep the pressure on it just a little bit. And some of my dots will be bigger than others. And I'm going to stay within the frame this time. Let's see, do I see any other spots that need it? Yeah, right there. There we go. And my little Chipper is front and center. Chipper's now a great-great-great-grandfather, I think. And there we go. Now we just have to leave it alone, let it dry. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.